I suppose the big sort of influence on why I even looked at a career in town planning, because it's not something you kind of wake up when you're 7 and go, I want to be a town planner. um, is I mean, I've got 2 older sisters, and both of those, one's an architect, one's a development surveyor, and they've been a huge influence in my life, and I'm you know, got so much admiration for both of them. And I looked at what they were doing, and I think it was more that they were having a great time at university, perhaps more than more than what they were actually studying. And when I went to stay with them, I think, oh, this is brilliant. But it kind of influenced me to think about those sorts of careers. And I, at the time of thinking about university, was coincidentally had a friend's father who was a town planner, and he said, oh, you know, I'll give you a bit of work experience, which was a great opportunity for me. And you know, I learned a lot from that, and thought that it really sort of sparked my interest. So that for me was sort of showed the real importance of having those mentors in your life, those people who are prepared to have those conversations and give that bit of support to young people. And I think I've never kind of forgotten that, and I'm always willing to help young people and have a conversation about that, about people's careers and how they might progress in that. So that's something that I've never forgotten in terms of that very early moment for me. So that's sort of one of my kind of watershed moments, I guess. And then really, why am I in local government? I went to work in Greenwich for Greenwich Council in the 1990s, and was really fortunate to be involved in lots of regeneration programs because of the way East London was being targeted for regeneration at the time, which was hugely exciting. And then to get the Millennium celebrations to come in Greenwich was kind of a defining moment for me in terms of economic development and regeneration. You know, we were the first borough to set up job brokerages on a massive scale, and to really secure some benefits from developers. So I learned a huge amount from that, in terms of my time in Greenwich for regeneration. And I suppose the other thing that's really influenced me was the setting up of London government again in the year 2000. And I'd been sort of watching that for a while in the late 1990s, thinking I really want to work for you know, the new London government and the new mayor. So when the London Development Agency was set up, that was kind of my dream job. And I was lucky enough to get a role there, and to get my dream job there, and to work across the whole of London on some the early days of Crossrail. I did some stuff on Heathrow expansion at the time, really working on East London, the bids for the Olympics, you know, some of those massive things that have started to shape London, and the real return to regeneration in central London as well. You know, that was hugely exciting to be part of that. So my time in the London Development Agency was amazing as well. But what I missed, just to finish off on that, what I missed at the LDA was that local focus that I'd had in Greenwich, of being able to see things that I personally had done. It's great to be part of an organisation that's achieving things, but it's also it's great to have things that I can say, actually, that was me, not just the organisation. And at a local level, what I love about working in local government is the ability to do that, and to have things that I personally have done. So sort of to come full circle, my journey back into local government was partly about working on things that one can achieve in a reasonably quick period of time, because development often takes so long, that achieving things in a reasonable period of time is very, very satisfying.